My switch to an EV was not just about Lucid, but about a switch to sustainable mobility. So with that in mind, I'm starting a series where I have conversations with other EV owners to talk to them about their perspective on owning and driving electric vehicles. All right, y'all. So I'm sitting here with my homie, Courtney Richards.
What's up? What's up?
You might have seen him in some of my other videos. I think you did the one. You helped me do the one where we show different ways to get into my car.
I was a valet driver.
Yeah, you was. So my man Courtney is an owner of a Tesla Model 3.
That's right.
And how long you had this car?
I want to say about 6 months. So I think I bought it used in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what year is this?
2018.
Okay. So how was that process like, buying a used electric vehicle?
That was cool. It was a cool process. So I have been looking at used cars for a while. So I was looking online, looking at CarMax, looking at used car lots. I would drive to car lots all the way out in Orange County, test driving cars. And it was a specific year that I was looking at, 2018, 2019, just because I wanted to get the best value for a car. So that's the year that I was looking for. Okay. And so we found this one on the Tesla website, on the app. Okay. And I was just watching the app all the time because they would update with used cars all the time. And then they'd be up one day and then they'd be gone the next day. Well. So I actually put an order in for, so this one is white, which we'll get into, I'm sure, but I put an order in for a red one initially. Okay. Oh, okay. I put an order in, it was low mileage and it was the right price. I put an order in, and then like throughout the process, I was like, nah, I changed my mind. So I think I lost like $100 or something, whatever that deposit was. Okay. But then later on, I saw this one pop up, Tesla app, put the deposit in, and then I bought it, picked it up from Marina Del Rey, where you drive up, they have your name all up there, so it was still cool. Easy process, buy it all online. And I used a credit union for the financing. Okay. So that was a bit of a process, because you have to get approved from the credit union, then you upload all your loan docs onto the app, pick the car right up. Okay, okay. So what kind of Model 3 is this? So this is a Model 3 rear wheel drive. It's the mileage, I think I'm right around, my 100% range is probably a little over 200 miles. Okay. And is that at 100%? That's at 100%. Okay. So when I charge, I typically charge to 90%. Okay. I go all the way to 90. Okay. You know, I know a lot of people out there, they try to keep it around 80. Yeah. I go to 90. Okay. Because it's not a huge battery in terms of like the range. Yeah. So I do 90. I do a lot of city driving. I use this car mainly for work. Charge to 90, and it gives me I want to say like 190 miles. So even if I switch this, yeah, so I'm right at 82%, and it gives me 170 miles. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So why a Tesla? That's a great question. So why a Tesla? You and I, we had conversations for a long time just about like EVs. Yeah. And so what I needed for me personally was I wanted a work vehicle, because I do, I'm an agent, a real estate agent as well. So I needed a work vehicle, number one. Okay. That was what was most important. Yeah. So with that also comes, you want a vehicle that looks professional, it looks nice. Because I drive a lot of places for work, I meet a lot of clients, I pull up to people's homes, and so I needed something that looked nice, looked professional, didn't look like a lowrider pulling up. Okay. Something that looked like a respectable car. Okay. And so that's what I wanted, and also I wanted an EV because of the amount of driving that I have to do. Mm-hmm. I wanted something to be able to like save gas. Okay. So I started looking at Teslas. I wanted something that was professional, look nice, and that I can really beat down just in terms of the amount of driving that I have to do. So I wanted it to be nice, but also be something that I can use. Okay. Okay. So that's why Tesla. Okay. And also from just doing the little bit of research that I've done in terms of like the safety and the software. Like, I give you an example. I think this was maybe a week or so after I had the car, and I'm driving from the OC down to LA, which can be about an hour drive, and I'm like getting over into the other lane, and then I didn't see the car that was over there, and the car just gently pushes me back into my own lane. And so all that, those little software features and those safety features and all that, with the amount of time that I spend driving a car, I wanted something like this.
Okay. So after having a car for 6 months, what would you say are some of the things you really like about the car?
Some of the things that I really like about the car, I just love how smart it is. One of the things that I literally was just talking to my wife this morning about is, so we're in the wintertime here in LA, and wintertime for us is relative, you know, it's like it's like 60 degrees. That's wintertime for me.
Right.
So before I got out to my car, I just pull up my app, click climate on there, and I can warm my car up a little bit before I get into it. I love that, especially when I have to get up early in the morning, and before I head out, I just click my car, let it warm up a little bit, because the leather seats can kind of get a little chilly, you know. You know, I get in here with these khaki pants on, they thin, so, you know, I warm my seats up and I warm the car up, and then you just get in and it's just nice. Even when it's hot, LA gets really hot in the summertime. You're coming out from leaving your car sitting outside, turn that air on before you get to the car, like getting into the car, and you setting your climate control and all that, like that's what I really love. I love being able to like control my car with Siri, just to precondition it before I get into it. All those things I really love. Yeah.
What might be one or two things that you think could be improved?
The one thing that I noticed about Tesla, and I would say more so for the Model 3, because I have a friend who has a Model Y. So when I drive my car, I can feel pretty much all the bumps in the road. Right? So I know, so that's one thing that I know about the Model 3 that can be improved. Now, I have a friend who has a Model Y, and I don't feel the amount of like bumps in the road that I would feel in his Model Y. So I think it's specific to the Model 3. The Model Y, because it sits a little bit higher from the ground, it probably has a bigger wheelbase and all that. You feel a little bit less. So that's specifically about the Model 3 that I would say is something that Tesla could improve on. Yeah.
So give me a walkthrough, man, of this software, this infotainment system.
The infotainment.
You know, I have a Lucid, but the software in the Tesla is king.
Yeah.
My car can't even compare.
Well, so
show me some of the stuff in here.
So this is what I love about the software, and this is the thing. I guess this is a caveat, because this map only comes like this with the paid subscription. Right? So that's a caveat to this. So I did do the subscription, which allows me to see like the colors and all that.
And how much is it?
I think it's $100 for the year. Don't quote me on that. Just add the little text in there, you know, once you do your research later, how much it is. Right here, this is the number. There you go. So I think it's about $100 a month or $120 a month.
A month or a year?
I'm sorry, a year. A year.
All right.
So that's the map. This is where we are. You can kind of zoom in and do all that. This is what's cool too. Like if I click here, say I want to get some food, hungry, just click hungry. It'll show me all the restaurants that are near. That's kind of cool. Say I'm driving somewhere and I need to charge. This will pull up all the superchargers around. It'll tell me how many chargers they have. It'll even tell me like if there's a wait, if I should navigate somewhere else.
Will it show you only Tesla superchargers?
No, so I can also look for slow chargers as well. So like this is a supercharger, and these are not superchargers, so you can tell by the kilowatt. So this is a hotel, looks like.
But what about something like Electrify America? Can you find that on here?
So yes, so all those are here, but it won't say if it's Electrify America, or it won't say if it's EVgo and all those other chargers. It won't tell you the name, but you could tell a supercharger. So these are superchargers, but like these that will say the different kilowatt, like it doesn't specify what type of charger that is, unless I probably click on it or no. No, it won't tell me exactly what type of charger it is, but
Okay.
you just know it's not a supercharger.
Okay, I got you.
And so here's the infotainment. You got the theater, you got your Netflix, Disney, YouTube. A lot of these are for when you're charging, when you're just kind of hanging out in the car. Arcade, my kids love this. You can play some games on here.
Yeah, I saw you playing Asteroids earlier. I got jealous.
Oh yeah. That's that asteroid right there. You can play that asteroid, you can drive, you can, if you're feeling a little beach buggy racing too, you can do all that. All that's there. Also, this, my kids get a kick out of this.
Oh my God.
You can fart a little bit in there.
Man.
You can even fart outside the car. That's a little, I mean, it's exactly what that says. It's a toy box.
Yeah.
You know, I don't use the fart sound as much, probably a little bit more than I should. But
to impress your clients.
I'm saying, you get in here, do a little fart sound. Colorizer is one that I think is really cool. So you may notice here that my car on here is not white.
Yep.
It's kind of more like a copper color, which I think is cool that you can change the color on your car. You can have the music that you're playing on your car, you can have it playing outside the car and all that. So you can do a little romance fireplace. We're not gonna do that right now. You can do Mars. When you're driving around, it looks like you're driving on Mars. This, I don't know if this is seasonal, but it just kind of popped up around December. So you can, when you're driving down the street, looks like Santa driving reindeer, and then when you click the left and right signal, like it turns into jingle bells and all that kind of thing. So that's cool. This is when you click on the autopilot. I have that enabled just because it looks cool. So when you're driving down the road, you click on the autopilot, the road lights up, it's a rainbow. This is like you can make some beats. I know you do some producing and all that. You would jam out.
I can sit in my car and just make some beats.
Come on now, make you some beats right there. So that's the entertainment system, the infotainment system. But then there's everything else in here. You got your calendar, you got your dash cams. That's another thing I like about a Tesla too. Like even on my app, my car can be wherever it is parked, and I can click live to see all my security cameras. Like if there's like an alert on my phone, like my Sentry mode has been enabled, like I can look and see who's around my car. So that kind of thing is cool. But yeah, there's a few other things in here, and a lot of this I haven't even explored yet.
Okay.
But there's a few things in here that are really cool.
So you got Apple Music and Tidal.
Apple Music, Tidal comes.
Can you do Dolby Atmos in this car? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so. I've never seen that in here.
Okay.
I don't know if it's something that you can download.
Well, it'd be Tidal and Apple Music can do Dolby Atmos music, but your car or whatever you're listening on, whether it's your phone or your car or your home stereo, has to support Dolby Atmos.
Got it.
So I don't think a Tesla has support for Dolby Atmos, but I'm not sure about that.
That would be cool. That should be a nice little update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see like some of the settings, the configuration. Yeah. Okay. So man, you have a lot that you can configure.
Yeah, pretty much. You can configure pretty much everything. I can't think of anything that you can't change on here.
Okay.
Locks, you can change the lock sound. You can change whether when you walk up to your car, if just your driver door unlocks and all the other doors remain locked, just in case you got a carjacker trying to get in with you. You can change pretty much everything. Door lights. You can change pretty much everything. Display brightness, autopilot is in here, how the regenerative braking works. You can literally change pretty much everything.
Okay. So I see autopilot there. So what does your car have for auto? Does it have autopilot or enhanced autopilot or FSD? Like what do you have? So
I have just the basic autopilot that it comes with.
Okay.
So that allows me to do autopilot on the road, on the streets.
Yeah.
And it allows me to do autopilot on the freeway.
Okay.
Now, it's not the FSD where it doesn't turn, like if I need to turn or anything like that. And another one of the flaws to, and maybe I'll call it a flaw, to the auto steer, autopilot that I have on the main roads is if I enable autopilot on the main road, and say for example there's a red light in front of me and there's no car in front of me, my autopilot won't stop.
Okay.
It'll like go through, so I have to be paying attention to that.
Okay.
But if there's a car stopped at the light, or if there's a car driving in front of me and the light changes and that car stops, my car will stop.
Okay.
But if there's no car in front of me and there's a red light, my car goes straight through.
Okay, so it's noticing objects.
Yeah.
But not necessarily reading the stoplights or anything like that. Okay.
And that's just the version that I have, which is the basic version.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming that the FSD and even the enhanced autopilot does stop at stoplights.
Okay. How do you charge your vehicle?
So I've mainly charged at the house. I just do the slow charging, the trickle charging at the house, just in the regular wall outlet.
Yeah.
So I charge there overnight, pretty much all the time. Like whenever I'm home, I just plug it up. Okay. Regardless of what percent I'm at. And then I'll charge like at free places, like if I stop at Target, I'll plug it up really quickly. If I'm at the mall, I'll plug it up and they're free charging. Some malls even have like a supercharger and I'll plug it up there. And but I try to use as many like free charging stations as I can. Okay. Yeah.
And you have the adapter, so you can use the superchargers or you can use other EVgo, Electrify America, those chargers too.
Yeah, it's just a small little adapter that came with the car that I just stick right onto like an EVgo or Electrify America charging plug and just plug it right up. Okay.
So what are your thoughts about Elon Musk?
I think he's pretty cool. Okay. You know, I never met the dude, but you know what I'm saying? But he seems like a robot.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, it's just all like, he just seems like super smart, man.
Okay.
Like super smart. And I think that he's done a really good job with the company, with Tesla, in terms of what they're bringing to market. Yep. Like his whole strategy in terms of how he built a bunch of charging locations to make driving an electric vehicle more convenient.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's super smart. And yeah, I think just the things that he's doing in terms of like what he's bringing to market, like the Cybertruck. Yeah. I think the Cybertruck is like so dope. Okay. Like I would drive that right now, you know what I'm saying? I would drive a Cybertruck. I think the design is so risky, and I'm an artist too, so I kind of like the fact that it's completely different than anything else that we've seen, which is risky. That's extremely risky to do. And I think the truck is like super dope. I think it's polarizing. I think when you see it out on the road, like everybody goes, yo, this is something else. Yeah. And so I do like that. So I like that he's brave in terms of what he's doing with his company. And just him as a, like, I want to say like a marketing dude. Like you've never seen a Tesla commercial. Like I was just talking to a guy the other day and he was like, yeah, you know, Tesla, we don't do any commercials at all. Yep. And so when you think about what he's done as a company without any like commercials, without any like, I want to say like general marketing dollars, I'm sure they market in ways, but just not like the traditional, like put a commercial out for Tesla. So I think that's cool. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So I respect him as a business person. So yeah. Cool.
Well, that's it, man. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me, man.
Absolutely, man.
And you know, letting us kind of show off your car. I guess maybe one last question there before we hang up. I forgot to ask you, what are some of the third-party things you added to your car?
So I've added, and that's another thing too that I would say that I really like about Tesla. So third-party things I've added. I've tinted everything in here. Okay. So I've tinted all the windows. Yeah. The sunroof, just from like driving like in LA in the summertime, the car can get hot just because half of the car is glass. Yeah. So I've noticed that the car can get kind of warm, which would have you draining more of your battery because you're running the AC a little bit more. And so I literally tinted everything. And I not only tinted it, but I used like ceramic tint. Okay. Which cuts down on a lot of the heat. Yep. So every window in here I tinted. Okay. So I've done that, which is the bomb. I love it. I love the privacy as well. When you're driving down the street, I love to, have a little privacy while you're driving.
Yeah.
So I love that, and I've also added some ambient lights.
Okay.
Which I don't know if you can tell from this video. You'll probably see it in the other shot, but I've added some ambient lights in here, which at night is kind of cool, like little blue light while you're driving. My kids love it.
Okay.
So the lights, the tint, I think that's it. I have been kind of thinking about adding the yoke.
Okay.
So I know you can do that. I know there's a company out there that they'll install the yoke for you. So I've been thinking about that, but the only thing that's stopping me from doing the yoke, like the yoke looks cool. I feel like I would enjoy driving a yoke, but I just want to keep it real. I'm from the hood, So when I drive, I kind of like lean a little bit.
Like gangster lean, man.
And so when you drive like that, your hand has to be on the top.
Yeah.
You can't do that with the yoke.
100.
So I can't go and do the yoke just yet.
Yeah.
Because I gotta have my lean.
Yeah.
But once maybe I'll move away from the lean a little bit and get to the yoke, which I think is cool. So I'm thinking about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks again. Appreciate it.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
All right, man.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So you said you're gonna give me $2,000 for this, right?
Yeah, man, 2,000 right here. Here it is, bro.
Oh yeah. No, this is all love. This is all love right here.